fishing the Dorset Stour in January in perfect conditions. There's hardly any wind, the river's got a perfect flow and colour, and the roach are really biting. I'm using a John Allerton Premier Match Rod, which is made by TriCast, absolutely perfect for roach fishing on a river. It's got a splice tip, 13 foot. I've got Dave Harrell's £3 Pro Match line, which has proved to be a very good line. It floats well, quite robust, nice to use. And I've got an Avon float that takes about 10 bb. I've shotted it up with a 3-gram Olivet with a couple of big shot either side of it, a couple of number 6s as droppers just above the hook length, which is 20 inches, and then on the hook length itself a couple of number 8s right bunched together. I'm using bread punch on a fine wire 16. This is an old 16 hook. It's dates from the late 80s, believe it or not. I've got a few left. It's a Drennan match hook in a 16, and you'll see that when I'm unhooking the fish, I'm needing to use the disgorger quite a bit. The fish are taking it inside their mouth, and the hook has a really good hold. And from watching this video myself a few times, I'm realizing that maybe I don't need a barbed hook at all for on the river. The previous session to this one, I took my still water kit, which has only got barbless hooks in it, and I was using a size 14 Camosan B611, which was barbless, and I didn't lose any fish, and of course the fish are easy to unhook every time. So since this session I've switched to trying some Drennan silverfish match hooks in 14, and they're perfect for bread punch. Use quite a big punch, around about 6 or 7 millimeter punch. I'm not losing fish on these barbless hooks. It's so easy to unhook the fish when you land them. There's a few other lessons from this fishing session. The depth is around about 11 foot, and with the float set at that, when I'm swinging in fish, and I'm swinging fish probably a bit bigger than I should do, I'm swinging in fish of 6 to 8 ounces at times, I'm needing to wind the float right up to the rod tip to be able to get the fish to lift out of the water. I'm netting the bigger ones. Some of the best fish this day were over a pound. And what's then happening when I'm unhooking the fish is the float is flicking around the tip of the rod. I've edited out some of the bits. You don't really want to see me trying to untangle the top of the rod for very long, but it's just because that depth is that critical thing. Ideally I'd drop the float having landed the fish about 3 or 4 feet below the rod tip, so it's well out of the way of the rod tip, can't tangle round. That's the way that rod tips get broken, when the line gets wrapped around the tip and you don't notice it. I'm well aware of it doing it, and I didn't have any real problems, but it just slows down the rhythm. The ground bait I'm using, which I've said before, was gross Gardel mixed with brown crumb. It's mixed quite stiff, and I'm making a golf ball about every 3rd or 4th cast, I suppose. Putting it in downstream of me, it goes straight to the bottom, and it breaks up within a minute or two, and the roach will really come to it. There's no feed in it at all, there's no maggots or casters or hemp, but the roach really want it, and they end up in a hot spot in the swim, just where I want them. Like I say, really simple, straightforward fishing.